Welcome to Cheap Joe's Test Studio. The little rigger is one of the most fun brushes. It's one of the least expensive brushes you can buy. You can buy them for a couple of bucks, 3 or 4 certainly. And it's just so much fun. And I'm going to show you some little tricks that maybe will help you with the rigger. I love using it, and I think you will too. Earlier I did a segment on stretching paper, and in my hurriedness or absent-mindedness or whatever, I forgot to show you how I attach the paper to the gator board. I go all the way around it and just take a staple gun and just staple the paper about every 6 inches apart, and I've already done it around here. When it's completely dry, which takes a day or two, then you can pop those staples out. You just lift your finger under here with a dull knife and they just pop right out, and it works like a charm. And now I'd like to show you the rigger. We talked about a rigger brush. And the rigger, this is a Happy Strokes rigger, size 2, which is just about a perfect size for all round use, although I like a 1 occasionally, and sometimes I like a 4 or 5. But the rigger has a little black tip on it right here. This is Cheap Joe's rigger. And that little tip is telling you something. And what it's telling you is that's where you should hold me. Because if you hold it here, it will keep you loose. And if you hold it down here, you'll be uptight, and you don't want to be uptight with a rigger. So I've activated some dark color just so it would show up really good. And we're going to do the same little demo painting that we did on the stretching paper and the scraping. And I'm just going to come right back in here now with some little trees that just kind of, and you can see I'm kind of jerking it along. Little jerky motions make for nicer little limbs and things. And I'll pick up a little more color over here. And we'll come back here with one right there and quickly right up through there and leave some little spaces where it doesn't get in, where you can't see it, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to add a little, it's going to be darker on this side, so I'm going to add a little bit of darker stuff there, this loose stuff. And here it's still kind of wet, so that's going to push it back into the background a little bit. Let's do a little more right here. Maybe over here we need a little more. And I'm about to get enough in there, I believe. We'll come over here now, and we've got this fence we scraped, and we'll add a little bit of darker stuff on the back side of each of those, so it gives me some light in there. And perhaps we put just a little darker stuff in here, a couple of little. I have a tractor that's not, we'll put a little darker on the wheel of the tractor. So the rigger is just perfect for adding some of this little detail. If we hold it back up here at the tip, it keeps it loose, and that's what we want, is loose on that. I'm going to come in here now with a different color than that dark, just that dark, and I'm going to have that evergreen over here. I'm going to put one right down in here with that little rigger, just very loose. So very loose and very quick, and it gives us a really nice little effect of it being kind of back in the woods back there somewhere. So hopefully it'll do that, and we'll imagine there was a little tree or two, since I've got so many over on that other side over there. Over here to kind of balance it, and perhaps one coming right up through there also. Let's just put a couple of little. It's a fun brush. I get carried away with it sometimes because it is so much fun. But held at the tip that way and just kind of jerked up there, like that. You'll get those wonderful little trees and little effect in there that's hard to get any other way. Perhaps we'd have a little bush in there, some kind of Chinese-looking bush, isn't it? But that's how I use the rigger. We can come down here where we were scraped in some of this foreground and actually just give some little quicker stuff. And the quicker I do it, the more natural it looks. And we have some kind of going over that way, like that. And of course now would be a good time to take our gem finder mats. Remember, we have the plastic mat that we don't have to worry about getting dirty, because we can wipe it off because it is plastic, and we'll put around it and see what our little painting with all the little detail and stuff in it. And there's the quick little watercolor that we did with it. Stretching paper, scrape the trees in, the little rigger brush. I added some of the little detail between, and we can take the little rigger right now. I think we have time. And we could actually put a few little clapboards on the house. Not many, but here and there. and that would give it a little detail that might enhance it just a little bit. That's enough right there. And there we are. We can come back always and add more detail to it. I may have gotten these a little dark over there, so I can pick up just a little with a tissue. And there we have the beginnings of a painting, certainly. And a lot of fun doing it, and that's what's important, is that we have fun while we're doing it. It is the journey, isn't it? It's always fun to end up with a nice product, but it's also fun, just fun putting down watercolor on paper. Thanks for being with me today.